Alex Davenport.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. So I think that Asian guys are kind of like drugs to girls. They just say no. Like, let me give you an example. I was watching the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin today, and I realized that if the main character in that movie was Asian, that would not have been a comedy. It would have been a documentary. Thank you. I got him laughs. I feel good. I feel good about that. If I get the Asian guy laugh, like, okay, I'm still on the good side. Cool. But did you guys know this? Did you guys know that Asian people are the only race of people that universally look nerdy? Let me explain what I mean by that. With any other race of people, if you put 3-inch glasses on them, they look nerdy. But if you take those glasses off, they don't look nerdy. I feel like right now I could walk down the street with patches of knives all over my neck and cuts all over my forehead, and people would just say, "Oh my God, look at that nerdy-looking gangster right there. Oh, he's so cute. He's not gonna intimidate anybody. Oh, he's not gonna intimidate anybody. Oh, he's cute." And you know, I make fun of Asians all the time, but the fact of the matter is, I'm actually very glad that I'm Asian, because in school, all my teachers think I'm focused. Thank you, 4 people, for getting that joke. Thank you. I really want to see an Asian president because I really want to see them hit a gong after every big speech. That's it. That's the only reason I want to see that. And I was actually, my name is actually Alex Davenport, and the reason is because I was actually adopted by a white family. And you know, because I was adopted by a white family, it just makes me realize just how out of touch with my race that I am. Like, when I was a little kid, I would sing that song, "I'm working on the railroad," without ever realizing how messed up that is. I look back now like, wow, I had a racist childhood. Okay. But I realized something, and I realized this. I realized there are... Thank you. We're going to talk after the show. You're the only single woman in the crowd, so we are going to talk after the show. I might not be a trucker, but I'll be whatever you want me to be, okay? Like, I'll put a trucker hat on, I'll play a white beater, I'll put on crappy shoes, I'll be whatever you want me to be. You can call me Bubba. How's that? You call me Bubba. But overall, though...
Yeah, give it up, Alex Davenport, everybody.
Oh, thank you again for having me. Man, so many jokes that I was like, oh, so many old jokes I used to do.
Yeah.
A lot of those jokes I don't do. Like 40-Year-Old Virgin, man, that movie's almost 20 years old now. Yeah, 2005, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to change the reference for that, right? But, well, that's a pretty well-known.
Yeah, it's still a well-known comedy. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Caddyshack. Like, people know, people know that comedy.
Right on.
Such an iconic, but yeah.
Right on.
Good
Well,
times.
let me introduce our guest here on Poop Dollar Podcast, everybody.
Gotta be fresh.
Alex Davenport, everybody, in the studio. Funny man, living in New York City. Comedian that I've known for
12 years now?
12
yeah,
years.
Yeah, September of 09. I met you when I first started, so it's had to be like September of 09 probably, maybe
Wow.
October. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 13. Well, 12 and a half almost, yeah.
That's amazing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Comedians that I've met that, and I'm sure you've met them as well, that are like, yeah, I just started comedy and this and that, and then you don't see them like 2 months later.
Right, of course. Well, it's New Year's resolution, people.
Right.
Remember that? Remember
Yeah.
every year, that's always happens in LA
Yeah.
and New York. You
Yeah.
always get the people that's New Year's resolutions, but they stay for 2 or 3 months, and it goes
Yeah.
right back to all the normal people anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you came in and that was a solid set, by the way.
Thank you.
know
Thank
what
you.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like 2015, I
Probably,
believe.
yeah. So 7
yeah.
years. That was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, that was a lot younger then.
And that was tight, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And I'm sure you living in New York City, because you probably, what's the most you've ever gotten up to do stand up in New York City?
What do you mean, like in a week? Like how many sets? You
In
mean?
a night.
Oh, a night? Oh,
Yeah, how many
right.
sets?
My current record is 6 right now.
Wow.
Best I've ever done in a night is a 6. I got 6 spots in one night.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's nice about New York. You can just jump on the subway and zip around to all these spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now my current record is 6, but maybe I'll break it one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I mean, LA, man,
Yeah.
and the comedy scene, you'll be lucky if you get 2.
Well, I used to stay in Hollywood, so like Hollywood, I used to do rock, paper, Sal's, and Marty's like every day. That was like the triangle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh yeah,
3.
you do those 3 mics, yeah, and they were within 20 minutes walking from spot to spot.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
every now and then, did you ever go to Tribal Cafe? Remember that spot?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
in downtown LA. Yeah, I used to go down there all the time, do mics there. Yeah,
Oh, right
You
on.
could just take the 10 bus from Melrose and shoot down there.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
always easy to get there.
Right on.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, no, my record right now is 6. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great, man. And it's like, what's the most, what's the biggest crowd you've ever performed for?
In LA and New York, or just New York?
Just in general.
One night, this is when I first started, I got very lucky. I got to perform at the Laugh Factory, and it was Dane Cook headline, so it was completely packed out. It was pretty beautiful.
Wow.
It was a beautiful night. So what
Yeah.
does the Laugh Factory hold? About 250, 300 probably?
At least
That's probably the
300,
biggest
yeah.
crowd. Yeah, that's probably
Wow.
the biggest crowd I've been in front of.
And that club is so electric when it's packed.
That's
man.
a beautiful club.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the nights, like, oh, this is how God wanted comedy to be. It's just like this.
Yeah, that's-
Packed crowd, everyone's listening, and they were great. It was a great
Oh,
audience.
wow.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like one of my first moments at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood was opening for Dane Cook.
Yeah. He kind of fell off. I mean, he's kind of fallen off though a little bit. Like he's not out as much, it seems like, or maybe he just kind of faded away, right? Or,
He's still out there. I
Okay.
seen him at the Improv.
Okay, yeah.
in Hollywood.
yeah.
So yeah, he's still out there, man.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, he was like a machine.
Yeah,
back
like in
the day.
06, 07, he was like the king of
Yeah.
comedy at this point. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
still doing well. I'm sure he's making decent money, but
Yeah,
back in the
yeah.
day, he was like, I mean, he was basically like the heavyweight champ of comedy at
Oh
that point.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
a beast.
Yeah. Never was my cup of tea, but you know, a lot of people my age liked him. But
Yeah.
he was never really my cup of tea to watch.
Yeah. And so when you first started comedy,
Yeah.
did you have any mentors that
Well, the
helped you
one who
out?
really helped me was Benny Mena. Remember him?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He always used to book me for shows. Benny Mena took me on the road with him a few times. You know,
Awesome.
yeah. So we went to Bakersfield. We did some colleges together. Yeah, no, Benny was always good to me back in the day. That's why
great,
I hit him
man.
up when I come back here. Yeah, because he's
Right
always the
on.
one who kind of helped me out the most.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
hearing that too.
And he also booked me for the Long Beach Laugh Factory occasionally. So that was
Oh,
always nice
yeah.
to go to. That's another beautiful club.
Yeah,
Long
yeah.
Beach Laugh Factory is a great club.
I think that holds like 500.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a way bigger room than
Yeah.
Hollywood. Yeah.
He ran a great comedy night over there.
Yeah.
in Long Beach.
And he used to run Ice House. That's another.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So he used to do Ice House. He used to run a bunch of rooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No, I know. He was always having rooms.
Yeah.
Just recently, he was at like some Middle Eastern restaurant in Long Beach, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he's always been good to me. Yeah.
That's
Benny
great,
Benny
man.
booked me more than probably anyone should. But
That's awesome.
I was always grateful for it though.
Right
so,
on,
yeah.
for sure. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's backtrack and
Yeah.
let's talk about how we met.
Right. Okay. I moved to LA when I was 18, and then I started going to Haha Cafe, and I was doing the bitch work. I was doing the cold calling. I was doing the DJing, and you were still you were opening for Jeff Garcia at the time, right?
I mean, I did eventually, but I don't know if when we first met, that I was doing that.
Okay.
Because if I was opening for Jeff already,
Right.
then I had a foot out the door.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because
You
I
know what
remember,
I mean?
because Jeff Garcia was like the big comic at that club.
You know what? In fact, that could be true because I think that, I kind of encouraged Jack and like to have someone kind of replace me because I was out always making calls.
Right.
And you were a young buck and you were a hustler.
Right.
And you want to do everything you can to get stage time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
So, and that's the way I was.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into the haha.
Yeah.
And really, because I wanted to get stage time without doing bringer shows.
Yeah, no, that's
You
all of
know,
us though.
and-
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Yeah,
Right.
And they let me cold open shows. That's what they let
Yeah.
me do. And I'm sure you did the same thing.
Yeah.
Cold open shows, bring up the host, and then go back into the booth and DJ.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Right.
I would cold open and I'd go right back to that booth and DJ for or a lot of shows. I was
Yeah.
DJing 2 shows a night probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's how I started.
Yeah.
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 Because I went to an open mic there and it was like, how awkward it is after an open mic and you bomb on stage and that walk back to your seat is the longest walk,
Yeah.
And it's so awkward, but music makes it less awkward.
Right.
So I thought that was my in, you know. I was
Right,
like, okay,
right.
let me just, you guys need a DJ because that'll make it more lively, I told them, you know, and they went for it. And I just, you know, started DJing the open mic, and then that turned into DJing the open mic and the late night show.
Yeah, yeah.
So then that gave me 2 opportunities to get up.
Yeah.
You know, a night, you know,
Yeah.
the late night show and the open mic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was doing. And then I got to host the open mic, you know, and then I got to produce my own night.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I forgot what night. Was it Sunday night that you were doing?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah, it started with Tuesday
Okay.
because the producer that was doing that Tuesday night, he dropped out, and so I picked up that day. And then the Wednesday guy, he dropped off, so I picked
Right,
up Wednesday.
right.
For a while, I was doing Monday through Thursday.
Wasn't it Matt Taylor doing Wednesdays for a minute there?
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like him.
Yeah.
He I think he burned some bridges there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Matt Taylor in ages. I lost touch with him years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. You still keep in touch with him?
Yeah, he was on the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
He's another one. He's a hustler. Dude.
Yeah, no, he hustled,
yeah. He was, and right before the pandemic, he was like putting on these shows that on a Tuesday night or a Monday night, he would have a packed room.
Yeah.
We're talking like, you know, 250 to 300 people.
Yeah.
On a Monday night.
Yeah. Was it at Raha or where was it?
No, he was doing shows like all over.
Okay, yeah.
So like just like all different kinds of venue. I can't say it.
Venues?
Venues.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't talked to Matt Taylor in probably 10 years, probably.
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years since I've talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had a brother, David Taylor.
Yeah.
I only met David like twice. I really haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's still doing comedy because he was passing the store back in
Yeah,
the day.
yeah.
David Taylor was doing like paid spots at the Comedy Store.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah. Long before Matt came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of David Taylor's name in anywhere, but
Yeah,
maybe
you know,
he's-
I used to see him a lot at the store, but not recently.
Yeah. No, I knew that he was paid regular there, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he must be getting some good spots. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, I mean, things changed, you know, when Mitzi passed away.
Right,
you know?
right. Well, they kind of went through a lot of like a lot of people remember Tommy.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like Tommy either.
Right.
Tommy was kind of, I don't know. I've heard some rumors about him. And then after Tommy got fired, there was an open mic on La Brea called Next Stage Theater, and he would come and critique the comics. And this was after he got fired, so he had really no pull. But
Right.
he would come and critique the comedians at the open mic. Like, all right, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
'Cause you never booked me when you ran the club, so why do I give a shit what you do
There
now?
you
Like,
go.
it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Plus, he got fired. So,
Right.
I mean,
And then it was Adam Eggett was the booker after Tommy, and then I don't know who books the spot now, but I
don't-
remember.
Yeah. But Adam went to Austin to
Okay.
open up Joe Rogan's comedy club.
Right,
so,
right. Well, I know that Adam and Joe Rogan were good friends. Yeah. I think Adam was on his podcast for a little bit. They did a podcast together.
Yeah. But Adam was more friends with the other comedian that died. What's the comedian from Dirty Work?
Oh, Norm or
Yeah,
Artie?
Norm.
Artie's still
Norm.
alive. Yeah, Artie Lang's still alive.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald. Yeah.
Isn't that a trip? Artie outlived Bob Saget.
Yeah. And Betty White joked about this at one of the roasts, joked that she was going to outlive Artie Lang. She didn't, but I mean, it was a funny joke though. But Artie Lang is still, I love Artie Lang.
Yeah.
His Jack and Coke special was great. If you go watch Jack and Coke, he recorded at like Gotham. Great special to watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Do you see him around New York?
No, I haven't. Well, I mean, he's probably at clubs that they don't really let you hang out, but I haven't heard from him much recently.
okay.
I don't know if I think he's still sober, right? I don't know if he's still having problems with that.
He was back and forth, but I think he's been sober for the last year.
Yeah, no, Artie Lang's a beast. I always watch.
he's a beast.
I've never seen him live, but every time I've seen his specials, like, dude, that dude is good.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
So, like in New York, a lot of the clubs don't let you hang out if you don't got a spot.
Well, I mean, like the Tiny Cupboard lets me hang out. I mean, lets comics hang out, but like the bigger clubs, not so much. Like I haven't tried to hang out at Gotham, but like the Comedy Cellar, never really. I don't hear comics really going to hang out there because they charge.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the bigger clubs, I'm trying to avoid too because I want to try to work in smaller clubs and get my foot in there, and then kind of work
okay.
my way up to the bigger clubs.
Right
You
on.
know what I mean? Like because I feel like with bigger clubs, like why the fuck we would book you? You have no credits, no one knows who the fuck you are. Like
Right.
bring us when you can bring us the money. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
talk. But I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's probably a fair point.
Do any of those bigger clubs have an open mic?
Not that I can think of. Well, like Stand Up in New York has an open mic that I did before that was decent. But then there was another club. that I think that I saw they were charging $14 for the mic. So I don't remember what. Like, no, I'm not paying $14 for an open mic. I think it wasn't set up in New York. I don't remember what club it was, but I think it wasn't Gotham. I don't remember. There were just a lot of clubs that are charging a lot for open mics.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, I don't remember. Shit, I can't remember the club it was, but yeah.
Yeah, for how many minutes?
I'm probably sure it's just 5, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, fuck that. I'm not, yeah. But yeah. I don't remember which club it was though, but Santa Fe, New York did an open mic that was cool. I think I just bought a drink for like $5. So that's reasonable.
Yeah.
But the tinier clubs, like I don't think West Side Comedy Club used to do a noon mics that I used to go to. That was pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of the bigger clubs, I don't think Gotham does an open mic. Not that I've heard of, at least.
Yeah.
At least they do it. They probably charge a lot, but I mean, I haven't looked into it as much. Maybe I should.
So was the first time that you got on stage when you were 18 years old? Or
No, I first got on stage when I was in Idaho. I was 14 years old at a place called Mocha Madness. It was in Pocatello, Idaho. And the guy let me do 3 minutes, and I actually had so much fun. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this for a while.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that's when I decided I was going to move to LA. Right after I only did stand-up one time. Like, yeah, when I'm done with high school, I'm going to go to Los Angeles. Yeah,
that is wild.
Yeah.
So was it a restaurant?
No, it was a coffee house. It was a little coffee house in Pocatello, Idaho. And they let me do 3 minutes there. And it actually went not terrible. You know, like, hey, if it goes not terrible, it's like it was good enough where I wanted to keep doing it.
Did you write out your set? Or?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did?
I still remember my first joke that I told. It was this Halloween I went as a dirtbag and I didn't wear a costume. That was the first joke I ever told on stage. Yeah. I was 14 years old and that was the first joke I ever told on stage.
That's
cool, I still remember that joke. Yeah.
Nice, dude. So that's crazy. So then after that time that you went up, did you keep going back, or you just
I did as much as I could in Idaho. I mean, it's Idaho. There's not that much happening in Idaho. And there is one. Did you ever do Tribble Runs rooms?
No.
Okay, so Tribble had a room in Idaho Falls called Pepper Tree Lounge, and I wanted to go watch, but I was 14, so they wouldn't. It was a bar, so like, you can't. You're not even allowed to be in the building, dude. Like you're too young. Like, all right, fuck. But I used to do like talent shows. I used to do just anywhere they let me go up in Idaho, which if I was lucky, I'd get up like once a month if I was lucky in Idaho. Okay. Yeah. So like, I can't do this. So as soon as I got done with high school, I made the trip out to LA for college. So yeah. Well, my parents said if you go to Los Angeles, you have to go to college. So I was like, all right, that's fair. So I went to Cal State LA. I got all my classes done during the day, and then I was going to HaHa at night for the first year. Yeah. I was taking the bus to the Civic Center, First and Hill, and taking the red line up at North Hollywood every night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I did that for a year, and
Which stage was the first stage in LA that you got up?
The first one in LA was Rainbow Barn Grill. I remember that night. It was a Sunday night. I went to the Comedy Store to do the open mic there. I didn't get on the list. I walked down to Rainbow Barn Grill just down the street, and I did the mic there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was my first mic in Los Angeles. Was Rainbow Barn Grill. I remember, remember that room?
Yeah.
Are they still doing mics there?
I don't know.
Yeah. There was like an attic. They used to do it in the upstairs area. Yeah.
Totally.
I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was my first open mic in Los Angeles.
That's wild.
Yeah. And then the rest is history, I guess, as they would say.
And then how'd you find out about the HaHa?
I was on, was it Pat's Live? It was one of those websites. I just looked up like lists of open mics and it said HaHa Cafe.
Chuckle Monkey?
Maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot about Chuckle Monkey. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that site's probably long gone because it's Comedy Bureau now is the big site that everyone's using. But no, HaHa Cafe. I read. It's like, all right, I'll go check it out, and then I did, and that was like my 4th or 5th day in Los Angeles. I went to HaHa Cafe.
Right.
Yeah. And then. Remember Marty? He used to host there.
Yeah.
That's when I met Marty. Me and Marty still talk. Like I talked to Marty. Yeah. Cool. I had lunch with him earlier this week.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And I used to live. Did you ever go to Marty's back in the day?
No.
Yeah. So I used to live at Marty's right on Sunset. Yeah.
I know. I remember.
Yeah. Because that's after Marty got banned from HaHa, and then he opened Marty's in February of 2010. Yeah.
Okay.
February 2010 he opened Marty's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember that.
So Jack wasn't happy that you were doing Marty's. Is that?
No, he was mad because I wanted to go help out Sal's Comedy Hole.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Jack says, no, you can't promote 2 clubs. It's a conflict of interest. Which would he have an argument if he was paying me? Jack wasn't paying me any money. It's like, no, it's not. I didn't want to say that, but it's not a conflict of interest because you're not paying me anything. So
right.
It kind of pissed me off. But he's like, yeah, get out of my club. Like, all right, whatever. And I just left.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's what pissed me off. Like he said, it's a conflict of interest, but no, it's not. If you're not paying me any money, there's no conflict of interest. Like your argument kind of goes out the window. If you're paying me, you have an argument.
Right.
I was working for free.
Yeah, totally. I think it was more about like that you were going to take the numbers and bring it over to
I guess, but there's
Sal's.
one's in North Hollywood and one's in West Hollywood. I mean, they're different areas, and it's like if you're really mad about that, I mean, he's got the comedy chateau now. I mean, I mean, I'm sure. Although I heard that they don't get along apparently. I don't know. I don't know who owns the chateau.
Well, even before the chateau, they were doing comedy night at Skinny's. Remember?
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, no. Apparently, Jack. I don't know. He's just so focused on his club. It's like, there's no other club you can go promote. Like, all right.
Right. And then remember, John Lovitz opened his at the
Universal City Walk.
Yeah,
I liked that club. I did a few spots there. It was cool. I mean, it closed down, but I mean, I remember one time I did a show with Filipowski. We were able to bark like 20 people in. We got like really lucky one night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We went on a Universal City Walk for like 3 hours just barking people, and we got a decent audience. Yeah.
That's what I did. Too.
Yeah.
Because I did a showcase for David Letterman.
Right.
There at the and I went to the showcase. There was nobody there.
Yeah.
So we had to go. The guys that were showcasing, we had to bark.
Yeah. We did that for like 3 hours before the show. We went into Universal City Walk, just started walking around, passing out flyers and getting people. And it, we got a decent audience. And it wasn't like a huge audience, but and then Brian Monarch, remember him?
Yeah.
I think he's still in LA. Yeah. He used to run those SoCal stand-up bringer shows, and then I didn't bring anybody. He was still nice enough to like, all right, you can still slip up for a few minutes. Like, all right, that's cool. Yeah. So Brian Monarch was a guy who booked me there before, and then he used to run shows at there was a bar, I think it was in Burbank that he used to run. He used to run a bunch of bringer shows back in the day. Yeah. He seems to be doing well. Like, I've seen some of the shows he's doing. Yeah. He's getting booked at the Comedy Store on some big lineups. Like, he's doing pretty good for himself. I haven't talked to Brian Monarch in probably the same thing, like 10 years probably, but yeah.
And then there was 3 of Clubs. Remember that?
I never went to 3 of Clubs.
Oh, no?
No, I never went. What was that? Where was that at?
In Hollywood.
Okay, was that around Hollywood and Vine, right? I think that one was, or was it?
I think it might have been on La Brea.
Okay,
I'm not sure though.
Right.
But that was a cool little club.
Yeah.
What
other clubs are back in the day that John Lovitz. I like John Lovett's club, but it closed down a while ago, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you left LA at what year?
2016.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to Idaho for a year, and then I saved up money, and then I moved to New York in 2017.
Oh, okay.
So I've been in New York now for almost 5 years. So yeah.
Oh, right on.
So I got my foot in the door there.
Did you leave LA to get money?
No, I had a mental breakdown. So I had a mental breakdown, and but specifically it was a manic episode. I had that in May of 2016. And then I went to Idaho and recovered for I had about a 2-month recovery in Idaho Falls with my parents. And then I moved to Boise for a year, saved up money, and then I moved to New York.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I got so burned out in Los Angeles because I was working, I was putting in 75, 80 hours a week, and my body was just breaking down.
Where were you working?
I was working at Fat Sal's Deli on, you know what I'm talking about? It's in Hollywood. It's on Fountain and Highland. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was working at Fat Sal's Deli, and I was doing comedy.
Yeah.
And this was after college.
Okay.
Do you remember Zane Hellberg?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was the GM there, so he hired me for that job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. And I was working there. I was working just way too much at the time.
Were you?
Yeah. And I was working, it's open till, we're open till 4 a.m. on weekends, so I was working graveyard shifts constantly.
Oh, wow.
Those graveyard shifts were brutal.
Were they?
Yeah.
From what time to what time?
Graveyard shifts for that restaurant, we usually got there at like 9:30 at night, and you were there probably till 5 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then by the time I got home, I could barely sleep at all anyway, because
Yeah, it's late.
And then on Friday and Saturday, I would call it the drunk rush. On Friday and Saturday, go there at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. There'd be a line of drunk people just at that restaurant.
Jeez.
It was like clockwork. The minute the bars closed, they all came to Fat Sal's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hell, we even had some people say, "Do you guys sell beer here?" Like, no, we can't sell alcohol right now.
Yeah.
But I remember those days.
Yeah.
It was I called it the drunk rush because it was like clockwork.
Oh, wait. You know what, Mike, I was just thinking about is the one that was outside in Hollywood.
Which one?
I think Scott Kidd, he kind of hosted it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Kenny Lyons just run one at like a pizza place outside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Comedy Store used to didn't the Comedy Store do mics on the patio occasionally?
Where?
The Comedy Store. Didn't they do? I think they did a patio mic.
Oh,
before.
yeah. They did.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Scott. I know Scott Kidd crashed with me a lot.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I let him crash at Marty's all the time.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What mic was that? I think I know what mic you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I remember that. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did you do any hostels?
Yeah, I did the one on Santa Monica.
Okay.
The Santa Monica hostel was
That's
cool.
a good one.
Yeah. That was always. Although sometimes we'd have people who don't even speak English, and that was a language barrier half the time. But
yeah. I liked. I think it was the USA Hostel in Hollywood. That was a good
I remember that one. That
Miguel
was
Fierro.
Yeah, I did that one once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I remember that one. That was a good spot.
Yeah.
It was like, I did that one once, but I really enjoyed that time.
Yeah,
I went on the road once with Miguel Fierro.
Oh,
It was
you
a good
did?
time. Yeah. It was Maurice King, me, Miguel Fierro, and LaDon. I don't think does comedy that much anymore. Do you remember Maurice King? I don't remember
Yeah.
his name. Yeah. He
Yep.
was headlining. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then me and Miguel Fierro co-featured, so it was fun.
Oh, right
Yeah,
on.
we had a good time. It was a place called Brawley, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was an interesting show.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you had to go get your head straight.
Yeah.
And it's good that did someone have to tell you like, look, dude, you need help. You need to,
My friend Eric Escobar called my parents, and then they basically contacted Marty, and they all coordinated a flight back to Idaho Falls at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because I was whacked. I was helpless at that point.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh.
So it was Eric. I don't know. You know
Yeah.
Eric Escobar?
Yeah.
Okay. So he called my mom, and then my mom was talking to Marty, and then between the three of them, they kind of coordinated a flight back to
Okay.
Idaho Falls. And then my brother-in-law came out from Idaho Falls to LA to pick me up to make sure like I got on the plane and everything.
good.
So yeah. So it was all. I mean, yeah. I got very lucky. I
that's
was
great,
very
man.
lucky.
Yeah, you
and
had
then
some good friends, dude.
yeah. And then
People
Christine
like you,
Medrano.
dude.
Christine Medrano was also helping me there. Remember her? She used to go to haha occasionally. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I definitely had some good friends. I was very lucky to survive that. Yeah.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
To have, that, because I mean, LA's known for a lot of backstabbers
Yeah,
and a lot
yeah.
of those people.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of real people too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was very grateful for Eric. If it wasn't
Yeah.
for Eric, I don't know if I'd be sitting here right now. So
Wow.
yeah, I got very lucky with that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great, man. Have you talked to him recently?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see him, but he still comes out to New York City. He crashed with me on my couch.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
great.
Yeah. So me and Eric still talk pretty regularly. Yeah.
Oh, right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Does he live in the IE?
I don't know where he lives. I know
Oh,
he lives
okay.
with his parents,
Or
but I don't know
Orange
where.
County?
I think I know. I don't know where in LA he lives.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. So then you went back,
Yeah.
and then from there, you said you went to Idaho?
Idaho Falls for like 2 months to get my head straight, and then
Yeah.
I moved to Boise, Idaho for a year to save up money, and then I moved to New York City.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Did you do comedy in those times?
Yeah, in Boise a little bit, but Boise you can at best you can get up like 4 or 5 times a week.
Okay.
There's not. It's a decent scene, but it's just too small. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I like a city where I can get up every night. I can
Yeah.
get, because if you could, and plus there was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday there were no mics. So like
Oh.
imagine every week you gotta have 3 days where you can't even go on stage.
Yeah.
And, like I like to be able to go on stage every night because it's you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. That's cool, man. And then, so that you didn't want to come back to LA?
No, after I had my breakdown, you know what? I'm burned out. I was already planning on moving to New York anyway, even
Okay.
before my mental breakdown, because I knew I was getting burned out of LA. Like
Okay.
I was just feeling like, okay, I knew I wasn't gonna last much longer.
Uh-huh.
So, and I thought, well, if I go to New York, that might open up some opportunities for me. And I thought, all right, let's do that. And then it was delayed, but I eventually did make it out to New York City. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right on.
yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. But how long you been in LA for a while? You've been
Yeah.
here the whole time.
Dude, I'm old, man.
Yeah,
It's going to be 21 years
Oh, wow.
in November.
Right. When did you start comedy?
I started 2005.
Okay, so about 4 years before I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I was 09 when I came out here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, LA's a great city, but I just got burned out. It was just too much for me.
Yeah.
And plus, I came out here when I was really young too.
Yeah.
That was part of it. Was like I just came out here young and.
You look the same, though.
Yeah, right. I haven't aged a bit.
No, you haven't, man. That's
yeah.
crazy.
No, dude. I just turned 31, bro.
That's wild.
31 years old. I'm an old man too. yeah. No, I see a lot of kids in New York who are like, starting out comedy. They're like 19, 20 years old, like I was. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
remember those days.
Yeah.
They have so much optimism and hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you were in LA, you never got into the acting thing at all?
I did sketches and things like that, but I never really did. Acting never really interested me that much. I mean, if someone offered it to me, cool, but I never, because comedy, you know how stressful stand-up is alone. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to add another whole stress, like go to auditions and just pull my hair out.
Yeah,
it would just
yeah.
be one more thing I'd be stressed out about. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, if you hustle as an actor and you go to all these auditions, you're going to be stressed out even more. You're just
Yeah,
putting more
yeah.
on your plate. And comedy already was stressing me out enough.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't
yeah.
want to add another stressful thing to it.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
stressful
stand up was enough for me to stay busy, you know.
Right on.
And if you're an actor and you're running auditions every day, you're gonna get more stressed out. It's
That's
just
true.
more and more
rejection.
rejection. Yeah, exactly, more rejection. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was like, no. I mean, if someone offered me an acting role, cool. But
Yeah.
I didn't want to chase it because I just didn't want to add more to the plate that was already full, basically.
Yeah.
Like I already had enough on my plate.
Oh, right on. And did you ever get approached by any managers or agents while you're doing? Because I mean, you got up so much in LA.
Not
You'd think
really.
that someone would be in the audience.
Not really. No, I never got offered. I mean, I'm even now I don't have an agent or a manager or anything like that. You know, it's just, I guess, you know, it's luck of the draw. But I mean,
A lot of luck is
a
involved.
lot of it's luck. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm not what they're looking for. I don't know. But I never got offered any kind of like agency or management and things like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how you go about that, to be honest.
Yeah. If you were to give anybody advice that wanted to start comedy right now, what would it be?
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long road. If you just
Yeah.
don't quit, eventually you'll see results, but you got to be willing to stick out through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my advice.
Yeah. Totally.
Pretty simple.
I didn't realize how long it was
Yeah.
going to take, man. It
Yeah.
was- Did you?
Well, when I was 14 and I said I was going to move to Los Angeles, I thought by the time I'm 30, I'd be like on TV, I'd be making money, and I'd be laughing at all the people who doubted me. And I haven't done any of it. Like, let's put it this way. When I first moved out to Los Angeles, my goal was to be on TV before I was 21.
Wow.
I'm 31 and I still haven't been on TV.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I was 14, like I was like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to just run through Hollywood like
Yeah.
it's nobody's business. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
ooh, it's like running into a brick wall when you actually get there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, this is going to be a
Definitely.
little bit harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, definitely.
So don't quit. That's really my advice. Just don't give up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I tell myself. I mean, I'm still trying to
Yeah.
follow that rule.
yeah, that's wild, man. Yeah. No, I feel the same way. It's like, I mean, yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, it's persistence.
Yeah, it
over
totally is.
everything.
Yeah, but yeah, when you're a kid, you think the world is your oyster. And
Yeah,
you just
right?
think, oh, I'm just gonna take this on. I'm just gonna breeze through it all, and it just no.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, oh fuck.
Well, it's a good thing you started super early.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you would have kept going when you were 14,
Right.
You would have had those, extra years.
Yeah. No, I wish I was living in LA at the time, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's being in Idaho, but I knew I wanted to do comedy.
Yeah,
when
that's
I was in
great.
Idaho, I knew I was like, I'm gonna go to Los Angeles the minute I get out of high school, and
Yeah.
it's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Right on, man. And did you have any comedian that you looked up to, like when you were young, like
When
that?
I was a kid, my parents were really strict, so they only let me watch like the cleaner comics. But I was a fan of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Foxworthy does not get his credit on either coast.
Yeah?
Jeff Foxworthy is a fucking beast. I mean, if you watch his older stuff, he's amazing.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a great writer.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Ron White in Los Angeles. He was great.
Yeah.
But I liked, who else did I like watching growing up? The Blue Collar was great. Kathleen Madigan was pretty clean, so I listened to her as a kid. Last Comic Standing was the first time I really started watching comedy a lot.
okay.
So I saw Dat Fan was the winner the first season, although he hasn't done much.
Yeah.
I saw Ralphie May. Ralphie May was great on Last Comic Standing, and I
yeah.
actually met him. Right, I met him in Los Angeles.
Oh, you
briefly.
did?
Yeah. This was about a year before he passed away. I briefly met him, but
Yeah.
Ralphie May was fun to watch. Not anymore, but Bill Cosby. My parents got me a Bill Cosby DVD when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
This was before all that shit happened.
Yeah.
Or before it came out, I should say. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the cleaner comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else did I like watching. As I got older, I loved like Bill Burr. I got Chappelle, Chris Rock, George Carlin. The classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
But that's what, like 17, 18, I got really into George Carlin. Later work.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of his earlier work I didn't like, but when George Carlin became like that pissed off political comic, I really liked his stuff.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. Oh, George Carlin was a fucking beast back in the day.
Beast.
Woo! That dude's one of
Yeah.
the best ever, hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And there's, like he got in there, man.
Yeah.
With the, all sorts of politics and religion. He wasn't afraid.
Well, he did 14. He did 14-hour specials. Think about that. Back in the, now that doesn't seem like a lot, but back in the day, he was the first guy doing specials like every 2 years.
Yeah,
he was like the
that's true.
first guy to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
No one else was doing. Nobody else was putting out comedy that often and at that quality too.
Right.
Every special was phenomenal
Yeah.
too. It wasn't like just putting out a special. Every special was fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. He was like the
Yeah.
first guy to really start doing that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Because it was like in the 70s and the 80s.
I know.
Like this was before anyone was doing all that. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, Carlin is, and plus, didn't he write like 10 books? Like, didn't he write like
Yeah.
a shitload of books? And yeah. Yeah,
sure
no,
did.
he was prolific.
He was.
Yeah.
Very prolific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Seinfeld. I always liked watching Seinfeld as a kid too.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan was another one I liked watching.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan was great. I mean, I used to watch Comedy Central specials all the time. I watched Gabriel Iglesias as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like huge now, but
Yeah.
this was before he blew up, and then
Right on.
Yeah. Like all those. Remember the old Comedy Central specials they used to? I mean, they still do them, but yeah, I always used to watch Comedy Central specials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like Kyle Cease. They had Gabriel Iglesias. They had Jim Gaffigan. They had
Yeah.
John Caparulo.
Yeah.
You know, they had all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kevin Hart. I liked Kevin Hart's early work. I don't like his now. Yeah, he's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
He's whatever. But
Yeah.
his early work, Kevin Hart was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That dude.
Yeah. Kevin Hart, another one who's prolific. I mean,
Yeah.
he's everywhere.
Right. Definitely. And did you meet anybody in LA that kind of like blew you away that you never thought you'd
Ron White was the one that I got to meet. I got to do a roast battle in front of him. Remember
Oh,
on
wow.
Tuesdays? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a roast battle. This was like a week before I had my mental breakdown. This was like my last. This was my last great memory of Los Angeles. I did the roast battle in Los Angeles on Tuesday at the Comedy Store, and he was a celebrity judge.
Yeah.
He was super nice, very cool. But it was
Yeah.
cool for me to be on stage, for me to be the one on stage, and to
Yeah.
see Ron White in the audience. Like, oh, this is a cool thing. This is because he was one of my favorites as a kid to watch.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
loved watching Ron White.
He was
So the fact that I was the one on stage and he was the one watching me.
Yeah.
That will always be a cool memory for me.
That is really
yeah.
cool.
Because like to perform for one of your idols. Like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
wow, like you're a fucking like star. You're
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. And he's a real nice guy too.
Yeah. I talked to him very briefly, but yeah, he was very nice. Yeah.
Cool.
That was the big one.
Yeah.
Getting to perform for in front of Ron White was like this is a special moment that I'm gonna remember.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah. He's still doing well. I mean, he's still
Yeah.
doing theaters and making like $300,000 a week.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Yeah. But it was because of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour that
Yeah.
he blew up. Like Jeff Foxworthy, is really what helped him his career to
Absolutely.
blow up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, I still don't think Jeff Foxworthy gets the credit on LA or New York scenes because he's a beast.
I think
he's
you're right.
Yeah. And people don't know this. He's the best selling comedian when it comes to CDs. CDs sold. It's Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He
Right
sold
on.
more albums than any comedian in history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like he might not be big in LA or New York, but the other 48 states, he's huge.
Yeah. No.
And again, he's good.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
he's not hack. He's clean.
Right.
He's
And-
clean.
yep.
Families can watch him. Like
Yep.
there's a reason why he did so well.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah. So we were talking earlier about a comedian that we know, and unfortunately, due to them, spiking some drugs,
Yep.
with some harder drugs.
Yep.
And he passed away.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Rico and Jelly.
Yeah.
And when you first got to the Haha, was Rico working there already?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Rico was a little bit harder because like Rico. Okay, so Rico was interesting because when I first met him, he seemed a little like closed off and reserved. He didn't seem to open up. But once he saw that I was really working hard and busting my ass, that's when he started to open up and talk to me and say,
cool.
I like what you're doing. I
Yeah.
see you're busting your ass. I can see what you're doing. He was the one who kind of advocated for me a lot of the times.
Nice.
So that was nice because like a lot of times Jack and I were having problems and Rico would be the one kind of like, hey, it's okay. Just, don't worry about it so
Yeah,
much. Like
yeah.
he was kind of like, he was an older brother.
Yeah.
He was like the older brother to me, but it was when he saw how badly I wanted to do comedy, was when I thought, okay, I respect this kid.
Yeah.
And so he was always nice to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just sad we lost touch.
Yeah.
When I left Haha, we kind of lost touch, and I tried to reach out to him, but I don't know. Just I guess
Yeah.
life happened. But
Yeah.
I was sad. I was sad when that happened.
Yeah, totally.
But I knew he was doing a lot of drugs back in
Yeah.
the day. He was doing a lot of drugs.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
telling me stories all the time. Like, I was doing drugs. I mean, I think, wasn't at one point he was living in his car out in the back, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Yeah. At one point he was sleeping out of his car in the parking
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, so I knew he had a little bit of a drug problem.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he was always so good to me. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
and he wasn't like a dirtbag that
No.
like robbed people
No, no.
for money, for drugs,
No,
or whatever.
no.
He just liked to party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know how he made his money though. I don't know. Because
Nobody
we saw,
knows.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, although he was doing construction work though.
Yeah,
I know that
yeah.
he was making money that way.
Well,
He
that
went-
was the family business.
right. Because he went back to Boston, didn't
Yeah,
he?
and he bought a house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was he married? Did he ever get married or?
No.
Yeah, I don't know
But
if
he was working for his dad again
Yeah.
because his dad had the family business, so
Yeah.
he went to go help him out, and he was doing really well. He
Yeah.
was, and yeah. And then he came out to LA again, and you just get caught up in the scene out here. Sometimes.
I think, but I think he just, I think he had a little bit too much of a drug problem.
Yeah.
I mean, he just got, I think drugs just had a hold on him. I think.
Sure.
I don't know how it was in Boston. Maybe when he was in Hollywood, though, I think he was doing a lot.
Yeah.
Because like there were times where it's like, you look like you've been partying a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, stone sober, the guy looked like he was wrecked.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like even when I saw him at the club, like what the hell happened last night?
He looked like he had zero sleep at all times.
Yeah.
But
I still remember the night I crashed at his place. We watched Jeff Garcia's Comedy Central special that morning. It was
you
on
did?
TV. Yeah, it was on TV.
Oh,
and I was
funny.
like, oh shit, like we're gonna watch. I was like, oh, we're gonna watch. Because Jeff Garcia, I mean, I don't know what it is now, but when I was at Jeff Garcia was like their god. Like every time Jeff Garcia would come in, it was like, hey Jeff. He was the top guy there.
Yeah.
He was their guy.
Yeah.
And he was a beast too. I
was a
loved
beast,
watching Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he was always fun to watch.
Dude, he would destroy that room, right?
Yeah, he totally would. And he was just all crowd work too.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even do material. He
Right.
would just wing it him half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was always amazed at how good he was.
Me too, man.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure he's doing well now. I'm sure. I mean, if he was doing then, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew he was on Jimmy Neutron. I remember that as a kid. Because I watched
Right.
as a kid. He was
Yeah.
on. He played the one of the friend characters. I don't remember which character the name was.
Yeah, Sheen.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of fans from there.
Oh
as well.
fuck yeah. But his stand-up was, he was a beast.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I didn't really see him doing that much material though. He always was doing crowd work. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I know. I think I've never seen anybody do that well with crowd work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just destroy.
Yeah, he was a fucking
So
fucking
fast.
beast.
So, great off the cuff.
Oh, he was amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, I loved watching Jeff Garcia back in the day.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in like 11, 12 years probably since I've seen him go up, but he
Yeah.
was always one of my favorites to watch. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. And
Yeah.
then and then Greg Wilson was the other guy who used to come in all the time. Greg Wilson and I still occasionally talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw him in New York about 3 years ago.
Oh, you
yeah,
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
He came out to
right
New
on.
York. Yeah, talking to him for a little bit. And I don't know if you still keep in touch with Wilson or.
Just online.
Yeah.
you know,
No, I
but-
saw him 3 or 4 years ago. He was in New York City for a bit. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. But no, Jeff Garcia, dude was a beast.
Yeah. Just a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
And then Jerry Garcia was a friend of mine, and I know that like after that, Jerry Garcia and Jeff Garcia linked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
I don't know what Jerry Garcia is doing really well now. Speaking of someone who's he did an HBO Latino thing. And
Yeah.
He's like headlining now. It's like
Yeah.
because Jerry Garcia and I basically started together.
Really?
Yeah, we started around the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I remember meeting Jerry. I'm the one who introduced him to Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and my time with Jeff was coming up to a close, and then Jeff took him on the road.
Okay. How did that work? Did you go on the road for a year or how did
2 years.
Okay. So and then
Yeah.
did you know it was going to end? Or
Yeah.
did you just like erupt?
Yeah,
like,
right at the beginning, because he doesn't he wants you to be able to earn your own money.
Right.
So he he's a great mentor.
Okay.
So he kind of wants to show you the ropes and
Right.
show you what's possible.
Right.
And just kind of let you go. Be on
Right,
your own.
right.
Because there's a lot of other headliners that keep their openers for a long time.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is that you become too reliant on that money, and it doesn't force you to go out and make your own money.
Right, and make your own connections too.
Right, that's true.
Is that what happened with? Because I know Gabriel. Is that kind of what's going on with him, or like I don't know if he kind of stays with his openers, or because I think that's
he stays with he keeps his openers for a long time.
Yeah, like Martin Moreno, I think has been opening for him for years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I mean, it's all what you want to do. You know, but some people might be happy with that, but I think that's a great lesson to learn. What Jeff does is just like, hey, go out and make your own money.
Yeah. No, that's true.
really
I think that's a
cool.
good thing. Yeah, but it sounds like when he's with you, it sounds like he takes good care of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from Jeff.
Yeah,
A
and I'm sure
lot.
I'm sure you did some pretty badass shows. I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure some of the shows were pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Right.
You know what I love seeing too is that because people think, oh, Jeff Garcia, he only crushes with the the Hispanics, the
Right.
Latinos, because no, I've seen him crush like all white shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Well, he's a true professional though. Like, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like he's got how long he's got to be in the game for a long time.
Yeah, he started at your age.
Right? Okay,
18,
yeah.
yeah.
How old he's got to be? I mean, I don't know how old he is now, but he's
Yeah.
probably 30, 40 years in, probably.
Yeah, at least.
Because he was probably 20 years when I started. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great, man.
Yeah. And I'm sure he's still doing stand-up tours. I'm sure he's
Yeah.
still off
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Although I heard him and Gabriel, don't get along, as I've heard. I don't know what's going on. I don't
Well,
know what the
we
reason-
were just talking about this earlier.
Right.
You know, comedy feuds.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, yeah.
You know, everyone's. You know, it's like you know, it's like what camp are you with? You
Right,
know, it's like
right.
are you with this camp, you that camp, and you know, like. You know, you had problems with, being over there at Marty's and then
Right.
with Jack because, you know, a lot of these clubs, I don't know how it is in New York, but,
Right.
you know, they kind of want you just to be exclusive with their club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think, well, I mean, first of all, I make sure that I've always been hesitant to work at another comedy club because my only experience was pretty shitty. So, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to work at a comedy club because that's why I was always hesitant to be like, people always say, oh, go be a door guy at the comedy. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that because I feel
Right.
like if you pull back the curtain, it's probably not as pretty as you want it to be.
Yeah. Right on.
So yeah, I've always been hesitant to start working at a comedy club again. But yeah,
So you started in 2009,
Yeah.
so you got 11 years?
12 years now.
12
yeah.
years?
2022, man.
Awesome,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so have you done a special at all? Have you put anything on
I did a CD in 2015. By the way, Benny Mena was the reason who that happened.
Awesome.
Benny Mena used to run a Saturday show at the Ice House, and he let me do a half an hour, and I
Oh.
recorded it, and I put it on iTunes. It was a good album, but I
very
definitely want to do it again. But the downside is I want to have someone else produce it. After doing
Okay.
the work myself, like, you know what? Next time I do this, someone else got to do this shit for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do the show, but the editing and all that shit, it's a lot of work to have
Yeah,
to
it
edit
is.
and do all that shit. So
Oh, so you edited it? No.
my friend edited the clips, but I listened to it over and over again to make sure it all
Okay.
worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's a lot of work to like once you get it actually done. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's why I thought, you know what? If I ever do a special again, I want to have someone else do the real
Yeah,
hard work.
no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm thinking about it. But yeah, no, I did a comedy CD back in 2015. So that's my
Oh,
one
right
thing that's
on.
out right now.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's on iTunes?
Single Guy Parade on iTunes.
Oh,
And it's
go
a half
check
an
it
hour,
out.
and it's recorded at the Ice House stage too.
Oh, very
And it was great because Benny packed out the room.
Yeah.
It was a really nice audience. Yeah.
Very cool.
Because you also need that. Like you gotta have a good venue, like a
Yeah.
good audience. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can't do it like you couldn't do like a CD at like a shitty bar show or something like that.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have a CD that I recorded at
Yeah.
the Ice House. Too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Ice House is great.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of comics would tell me like, yeah, you know that people don't take submissions from the Ice House because it's too easy to kill them. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, that's not that bad. I mean, I don't complain about a room being too easy. Because
Right.
comedians do so many shitty rooms.
Right.
Isn't it nice to just get an easy layup room?
Right.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why do we have to shit on those
Right,
rooms?
right.
I like a layup room
Yeah,
where I don't
yeah.
have to work as hard. Because we do so many crappy rooms
Right.
where it's just like, why the fuck did I come to this
Right,
spot?
right, yeah.
So it's like, it's nice to have that room like, oh,
Yeah.
so easy.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Yeah, like I've never minded a room being too easy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I don't.
Right, 'cause you
I'll
do-
stroke my ego.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want my ego stroked.
Right.
Because there's many rooms that will crush your ego.
Right. Totally.
Most actually, the overwhelming rooms crush your ego.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
most rooms.
Right. No, that's a good point. It's really good.
Yeah. So it's nice to have a nice, easy room.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just to feel good about yourself.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Little stroke of the ego.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, like Park Bar. Trust me, I had many sets at Park Bar. Like, oh Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is brutal.
Yeah, when you have to compete with the pool table.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
kind of hard.
Yeah.
Besides, all the drunk patrons.
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was funny. I think one of the comedians there, he got into it with the owner's daughter.
Oh shit.
That he didn't know it was the owner's daughter, but she was giving shit, from the bar.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he made a hilarious joke. I forgot what it was.
Right.
And she got really upset, and
Yeah.
so we ended up getting,
Yeah. No, I mean I had
Cut from
I
there.
had some good sets there, but I also had a lot of bad
Yeah.
sets too. Like it's
Yeah,
like any
yeah.
other room. I
Yeah.
had my good sets, but I had some very bad sets at Park Bar too.
Have you ever done my other room at the Scene in North Hollywood?
Yeah, I think I did that spot once. Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
did it once. Yeah, towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think you did a show once at UBG that you booked me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that's it. Again, classic rooms.
Yeah. That's awesome. Who's hosting the show for tonight?
Chris
Yeah.
Putro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does the show there. Although Tomo's been switching off too.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Ryan Tomo in a minute, but
Yeah.
he's kind of running the valley now is what I hear.
Okay.
Yeah. He's doing well though, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a new dad.
Yeah. And he beat cancer. So yeah. I saw that. Yeah. God bless him. Yeah. Tomo was always good to me back in the day. I used to go. Remember Liquid Zoo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to that room all the time to do that spot. Yeah. Where was that? Was that Van Nuys?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
How about a dive bar?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to go there all the time and do spots there.
Yeah.
And then he used to do I think it was at UBG or was it Liquid Zoo? He did a night of 100 comics. No,
Oh,
UBG.
yeah.
I remember that.
Right.
He did a night of 100 comics and he put up 100 comics at like 6-hour show.
Yeah.
It was it was fun. It was a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild. And you never did my show. You were already gone when I did the Workaholics house.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that on Facebook, but I never was able to do that room because I wasn't in LA at the time.
Oh, that was a fun show.
Yeah.
And in fact, like right before the pandemic hit,
Right.
we were gonna go back because we took a little break,
Right.
and then right before the pandemic, we were about to start up again,
Yeah.
and then boom, it just took us out.
Yeah. Although again, the pandemic wasn't bad for me because I got a lot of good unemployment money, so
That's great.
I wasn't bitching. Like,
Yeah,
what? I'm alright. Because remember
Right.
the first 4 months of the pandemic, they gave you an extra $600 on top of your state benefits. Yeah. So like, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about this. The extra money that I'm making.
Right.
Yeah. So I kind of got lucky.
Yeah. So then they put a stop to it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In September.
Yeah. But then I got a new job, so
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Right.
Yeah, got a new job, and the new job it's a nice enough restaurant where the pay is actually decent.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So it's
Nice.
it's not I'm not rich, but I'm making decent money.
Yeah. Do you have to wear a face mask
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to wear masks.
or
I had
the
to
shield?
I just wear a mask, but and I had to be vaccinated for it's a job that requires you to be vaccinated and boosted and things like that. Yeah.
Right
Well,
on.
I mean, you have to be now for the restaurant business.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
You have to be inside to be vaccinated. Yeah.
Oh wow, you
Yeah.
can't work there without a vaccination card?
Nope.
Okay.
You can't work. They said before you get a job, you need to give us your vaccination.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
all right, that's fine. I mean, I was already vaccinated, so
Oh,
it was
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Did you get the COVID at all?
I had it in January of 2021, but the problem was I was asymptomatic and I felt perfectly fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I had COVID, but I was perfectly fine the whole time.
Yeah.
I was asymptomatic. And
How'd you know you had it?
my buddy, I found out a comic had it at a mic, and then I went and got tested, and I
Oh, wow.
tested positive. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think I got it from a comic at an open mic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. But I did my quarantine. It wasn't, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
whatever. But but the problem was I was asymptomatic. Like I felt perfectly fine.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
wanted to go out because I was like, I feel
Right.
perfectly fine to go out, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't allowed to.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, that's how I got it.
Oh okay.
Yeah. So I think I got it from another comic.
Oh right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly your immune system gets stronger.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, and I think after for 90 days you're basically immune to get COVID for 90 days afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then I got the vaccine, so yeah,
Oh right on.
yeah. But
Very
how about
cool.
you? Did you get COVID?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, you haven't had
Yeah.
COVID not once?
Not once.
Wow,
man.
look
and
at
I've been
you.
traveling everywhere.
Oh, look at you, man. You lucky.
Yeah.
Although, yeah.
Knock on wood, man.
Yeah.
But, it's only a matter of time, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, I think it's easier now since we're all vaccinated and things like that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think it's spreading quite as quickly. And even if
Right.
you do get it, you're probably not going to get very sick at all
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be too bad. And
Yeah.
plus, I mean, if you spent 10 days here or 5 days now,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be bad to quarantine at this house.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is a cool place
right?
to quarantine.
It
yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
We're here in Redondo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So what brought you back to LA?
I just wanted to come visit. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I can come back. And plus, New York City's cold as fuck right now.
Oh,
It's nice
yeah,
to be in warm
right.
weather.
It's a good time to
But
come.
I've been missing this scene. Like I miss
Yeah.
seeing people. I mean, there's a lot of old spots I wanted to hit up again.
Yeah.
And, it's always good to come back and go down memory lane.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in LA again unless they paid me a lot of money.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I like New York, but I still want to come back and visit and
Yeah.
reminisce because I still have friends here. Like
Yeah.
you, I have so many
Yeah.
like you. I have a lot of friends here that I want to go see.
Everybody loves you.
Yeah. But I mean, if people ask me like, what would you bring me back to LA? If I didn't have to work, I just don't want to work a job again in LA. Because
Okay.
like if that was the case, I might move back here. But I
Yeah.
think I'm good in New York. I like New York.
Yeah?
Man. New York City's a
Really?
fun city, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right on.
and then plus it's so much easier to not have a car in New York City
Yeah,
because the
right.
subway system is just so much better there.
Yeah.
Because the city lays out easier for
Yeah.
public transit.
Right on. Very cool. Where in the city do you live?
I live in Bushwick,
Okay.
Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's nice because I mean I'm close to the city. I can get into the city really quickly. I'm
Yeah.
right by 2 subway stations. I can get
Nice.
into the city really quickly if I need to.
Yeah.
So yeah, and my job is only about a half hour on the train, so it's not
Perfect.
bad.
Are there some rooms over there?
Yeah. Tiny Cupboard's my main hang. It's kind of like, I mean, they have mics there every night basically. Like
Oh, wow.
you can, I mean, if you go to Tiny Cupboard and just hang out there, you can probably get 3-4 mics a night there easily.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
easy. And then like bar shows and things like that. And the bigger clubs I've been trying to avoid because I feel like it's harder to get in there. And plus, a lot of the room, like Broadway Comedy Club, a lot of their shows are bringers, and I don't want to do a fucking bringer show. Yeah, they're just brutal. Bringer shows are just brutal to watch. And I don't. Plus, who wants to watch a bringer show?
Right.
I mean, real bringer shows are awful to watch.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, that's true.
They are not. Yeah.
Yeah. No, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude. So do you see yourself staying in New York then?
Yeah, I can see myself in New York City for long term.
Oh,
Yeah,
right
yeah,
on.
I can definitely see that. I like it there. I'm comfortable there.
Yeah.
I got a decent job. I'm making some decent money. So
Yeah.
And I got a nice apartment. So yeah, I can definitely see myself there for less. I don't see myself moving. So
Right on.
Yeah.
So, when the pandemic, we're in the pandemic.
Right,
but,
right.
Did you see a lot of people leave New York City?
Yeah, well, it's interesting though because I noticed people leaving, but also a whole new crop of people came in.
Really?
So that's why it's almost like we never skipped a beat because like of all the people that left, there's always a new comment that came in. So yeah, so it looks different, but I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of people who I feel like I don't see much since the pandemic.
Yeah.
But because there's so many new people, it's like it kind of just keeps going.
Yeah.
Because again, I started doing comedy again. We went into lockdown in mid-March of 2020, and then we started back up in like mid-July. At least that's when we started doing like outdoor mics and things like that. So we were only really off stage for I was off stage for about 4 months. But I know some people who waited longer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right on. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, dude, this was fun, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you for stopping by.
Fuck yeah,
dude.
Eric. It's always good to see you, man. Yeah.
Brother.
Again, you haven't aged either, man. You're like, it looks like like old times.
Big jokes keep you young, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
If people want to find you, where can they?
Alex D Comedy 09 on Instagram and Alex D Comedy on Twitter. Yeah, just Alex D Comedy on Twitter, Alex D Comedy 09 on Instagram.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Do you have anything coming up you want to promote?
Well, I mean, if I'm doing with Bar and Grill tonight. If you want to see that, and then if you're in New York, it's on a bringer show. Luckily, I am doing Broadway Comedy Club February 16th. I'll be there at, I believe the show is at. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what night it is, but what time it is. But Broadway Comedy Club on the 16th. I'll be there. Yeah.
Look you up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook,
I'll post it. Yeah.
YouTube, and you got that album out.
Yeah,
on
I got an
iTunes.
album. Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Right
and maybe I'll put out something soon. Maybe.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing
Eric,
this,
thank you so
Alex.
much for
Great to
having
see
me.
you, buddy.
Yeah, always good to see you, man.
All right.
That was fun.